All right, guys, welcome back to the H Racing channel. Part 2, I guess. So we're on the rear section of the AK917. It's a little different, but not really terrible. So to start with, I removed the rear body support, which is simply just 2 bolts or 4 bolts. That'll come off. Keep the bolts together. I also removed the spur gear cover, because we're not going to be using that, and it just helps get everything out of the way. So then what I did was I removed the shock towers. They come off like that, 4 bolts, they'll all come off together. Then the rear bulkhead will come off. You just have to remove these 4 screws. You can leave the aluminum arm, the pivot, or the bar connections on there. Just leave it on there like that, and you can just take this off. Once you have this off, I removed the 4 top bolts, and you can get all this off of here like that. It's pretty simple. The one thing that I had to do was, in order to remove the diff, is I'm going to have to get the gear off. So this was the this was the large gear that came with it. So I removed the bolts and got rid of the gear. There is 1 grub screw. This is usually back more. I had to heat up the aluminum just a little bit. So I would just work my torch around this portion here. I got a flat screwdriver and I popped it off. So that will now come off. So don't throw that away. You're going to need that if you're going to use 48 pitch gears. Now, the front and rear are a little different when it comes to this. Because you have all this support here for this part of it. So what you have to do is you have to remove this front piece, and then you can remove the rear section. So, you know, just keep everything together, and, you know, if you have to take pictures or whatever you have to do. I mean, a lot of guys have done this car by now, but maybe I'm helping somebody who just got the car. So here you have this, okay? Now, just for kicks, I marked the bottom. And the reason I did that is because when you pull this cover off, it's very important that you put the differential back with the ring gear on the same side, or you're going to have the front fighting the back. So now I'm going to remove this cover. I'm going to clean the grease off everything there. I'm going to take it apart, scoop out the fluid. By the way, there was quite a bit of fluid in there. If I had to guess, maybe it's 100 weight, maybe 200 weight. I think 100, but decent, not bad. But clean all that out. I'm going to replace it with 1,000,000 and then reassemble the whole thing. When I reassemble the car, before I put the housing and everything back together, I want to check the arms. That's going to require a shim. That was not bad. So then I would just carefully remove this aluminum piece here, add 1 small shim to the rod, put it back together, and get rid of that wobble in there. And the same goes for the top. They do provide you with a shim, but if you find any kind of a wiggle, then you're going to have to add 1 more shim, put it all back together. So that's that. Not bad, but I have to say overall, as far as diff greasing and diff fluid goes out of the box, pretty good. Not bad. It's not really that intimidating, guys, if you've never done it before. If somebody's new to this car, you know, just put the screws back, take pictures if you have to, take your time, you know, and it works out. The issue I had in the front was they had a little bit too tight for being free-flowing, so I had to fix that. But I did a video on that yesterday. So once I have the rear reassembled and it's shimmed, the front is assembled and shimmed, we're going to move to the shocks. And I'll show you guys what we do for our shocks. And then after that, it's going to be carbon side trays and put all the electronics and motor mount in it and everything else, and away we go. So thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it. We'll try and do another one today. Thanks.